Works because the internet here in Bali is unpredictable, to say the least. But I'm giving it another try, and if this one doesn't work, I should be able to make one that does tomorrow. Well, hi, how's everyone doing? A lot has happened since the last community update video. There does seem to be the possibility of, a little bit of a global pandemic that surfaced between the last video and this one. Um, yeah, you know, this sort of thing is rather the norm throughout human history. We've been sort of we've taken things for granted a bit as we've been unusually free at our time in history from this sort of thing. And, that's one nice side effect of intimacy with the whole of reality, of, being in touch with the human experience, not just in your backyard, but globally, as well as, across time. Means that when such things happen, they're not quite as shocking, I suppose. Anyway, that's not to say that there's no cause for concern or anything like that, but I'd like to just talk about, again, assuming this video is even working. I'd like to talk about what we're envisioning and the revision of plans. Um, Now, Tantrika Institute would like to go ahead with our planned retreats because, while gathering in large groups of humans when there's a pandemic or potential pandemic is very foolish and dangerous, gathering in very small groups of humans, like 20, 30, is not particularly dangerous. Obviously, the ideal is that people get tested before they come to any such gathering, so we can be sure and confident. But really, the problem is not that. I mean, because I hope all you guys understand that small gatherings of people are not a bad idea. And again, if testing methods get more widely available, as I expect they will, then that helps a lot. However, the issue more to the point is, will there be lockdowns or shutdowns that prevent us from gathering on retreat? So we're going to keep an eye on that and see how the situation develops, um, and we'll let you know. But needless to say, now is the sort of time when your practice is even more valuable, even more powerful as well. Um, you know, when if when things get you know challenging or a little bit crazy in your own mind or in your environment, that's the time when if that is the time when you quit practice, then you know that practice is not yet real for you. It's still a hobby, and that's fine because we all have to be in the hobby phase before we're in the serious phase, as it were. But if you really understand the nature of spiritual practice, then it's very natural to actually intensify your practice in times of challenge or uncertainty. So, sun is setting here quite rapidly now, so it's suddenly getting darker. But anyway, hopefully the video quality is okay. So yeah, I really want to stress, those of you who are doing the foundations course, you have some great, deep, powerful practices in that course that are really good practices to do at this time, right? So practices that ground you, practices that center you, and practices through which you can send blessing energy to all those who need it, right? Because there are people out there who are very scared now, and you know, trying to talk rationally about why it's not, you don't need to be so scared is not really going to have that big of an impact. Much better to generate some love, compassion, power, and energy in your system, and then send it to those people with the blessing mandala practice. That's a really powerful thing to do. So, um, oh yeah, so upcoming stuff. I mean, it may or may not be the case in your part of the world that you spend a lot of time at home for the next couple months. And we are definitely looking to roll out some more online content. Specifically, there's the the free 7 webinar series, which is the first follow-up to the Foundations course. Now, you do not need to have finished the Foundations course to do the 7 webinar series. But it does provide a sort of bridge between the Foundations course and the next course that's coming up in May. So again, though, you can jump in with the free webinar series starting this Saturday, even if you haven't finished the Foundations course. And that webinar series is going to cover the 7 facets of the tantric path and introduce those 7 facets, and those 7 facets are going to be the 7 main curriculum tracks in the new 4-year curriculum, which again will be an interdisciplinary, practical, grounded, powerful, multi-faculty 4-year curriculum in tantric philosophy and practice, with the possibility of a certification to teach at the end of it. So the purpose of the webinars then is to introduce what the 7 tracks of the curriculum are, the 7 sort of topics or areas of study. That no one needs to do all 7, only if you were looking to sort of take a degree from the Institute and be certified to teach. Then you would study at least 6 out of the 7. This is the model we're looking at now, that everybody who wants that certification needs to can opt out of one track that they're not interested in, but needs to study 6 out of 7. But everyone else can just do whatever they like for their personal enrichment and learning. So there's that, and then there's the bi-weekly Q&A sessions that are only for Foundations course graduates. So as soon as you finish the course, you'll qualify to participate in those. Now, I posted a post in the Facebook group just the other day saying we're probably going to need to make the Foundations course a paid course, because we need to generate revenue, we need to pay salaries to get this 4-year curriculum off the ground. It's no small thing. And some of you said, hey, you know what, let's fundraise, let's have people who can afford to pay for the course pay for it, and let's keep the course free. And somebody put forth the idea, let's keep the course free forever as an offering to the world. I think this is a great idea, and it really is going to boil down to how enthusiastic the community is about that idea. So I think what I'm going to do is just give people an opportunity to make a donation for the course that they've already taken, the Foundations course, which is really paying it forward so that more people can take it for free instead of us having to put it behind a paywall. And if some of you say, wait a second, didn't Harish do a big fundraiser not that long ago? Yes, and all those funds are already earmarked, and we need even more actually, but all those funds are earmarked for construction at the new retreat center, which is already happening. We have construction crews there. It's all moving ahead. It's wonderful. More updates about that another time. But yeah, so definitely we have big plans and big dreams for all of you, and we want this to be a communal endeavor. We don't want this to be top down. We don't want this to be corporate. We want it to be communal endeavor. So this is a great idea from the community. Let's see what happens if we just give people the opportunity to donate for the course, pay it forward, keep it free. So we're gonna give you guys that opportunity, and hopefully we can keep it free. And like I said, those funds are, that's not about lining our pockets. That's about building the infrastructure for this 4-year curriculum in service of this community, and ultimately in service of the world, because the world needs these practices more than ever. Of course, this is not the only place they can get them, but this is one of the key places. And many of these practices, as you've already seen in the Foundations course, even though they're not exclusive to me as a teacher or to us as an institute, they're also not commonly known. They're not commonly and frequently available. So we want to spread that support far and wide if we can. Some of, occasionally people say, oh, but shouldn't these practices be secret? There are practices which should be secret, and these are not them. So don't worry about that. Okay, it's getting too dark here now. This is just a quick update and also a test to see if the video worked well enough. And I will be making another video in the morning, or a couple videos, if indeed the internet here is strong enough. So hope everyone is doing great. I hope I don't need to say, but wherever you are, even if there's no outbreak in your region, it's just a good habit to get into. Wash your hands a lot, wash your hands for 20 seconds or more. I found it's good to choose a mantra, like I'm doing Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho. It's good to choose a mantra that when you sing it, takes 20 seconds or 25 seconds to sing. Take the precautions. You don't need to be paranoid. If you have a strong immune system, then you're totally safe. And if you don't, you need to be more careful, and you need to ask for help sometimes. So maybe your community members, if you have a weak immune system, will go shopping for you. Again, maybe you're not in an area where that's even a necessity yet, but probably it will be at some point. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But just you can, this is what it means to have a strong energy body, and you can invite it even if you don't fully have it yet. What it means to be a tantrika is to stay centered, stay strong, to not freak out, to trust. Life knows what it's doing. It always does. Everything's going to be okay. A few of us might get sick. That's also part of the okayness. I know it's scary. But life is scary. And if you've managed to live in the illusion that it's not until now, well, now's the time to face reality. And that very fear of realizing the fragility of life more deeply can be food for your energy body. If you can digest that fear, that is food for your energy body. Okay, so if you can digest the fear, then actually your energy body gets stronger through that process of digestion. So fear is not a problem unless you can't digest it. So learn what kind of context do you need to create for yourself so that you can digest your emotions, feel them, and digest them. There's more instruction on that in the course. Okay, let's see if there's any questions. You can access the free course at tantrikainstitute.org, tantrika with a K. which is just the correct spelling, .org, Tantrika Institute. Nice to see you all. And sorry, I should have started the video earlier. It's gotten dark and grainy here. But still, better to connect and look for another video or two tomorrow. Love you guys. You're the most amazing community ever. And please keep being there for each other, as I know you do. And may the grace be with you. Take care. Lots of love. Om.